What's up, YouTube? Today I'm gonna show you how I break down a rear end. To be honest with you guys, this is my first time doing this. I've already started to break calipers off. A little bit of, little brackets that was up. I already started putting stuff away. I was gonna start recording earlier, but I was having problems finding some tools, so I got distracted. But now here we are. So we're gonna try and take off the differential. Just take this out. What you're gonna need first, you need a 5/16 to get to this pin that is locked in by this little 5/16 bolt right here. So what you want to do first is, to me, it worked out better to get a little 5/16 wrench than to try to get a little socket in there. As I don't have the angle bender, whatever you want to call it. To my luck, I have the one smaller to it, and I have the one after it. So we're gonna make it do what it do, make it work. But so you guys know, the reason I'm doing this is it's time to break this rear end down. It's been reinforced, it's been molded, and as you can see, ready for my car. So it's time. Let's go. And there it is. So this is going to lock the axles in place, along with your little clips are going to be in there, as you'll see right now as I pull them out. All right, so in order to remove this, you will need a number 19. Keep in mind, you want to make sure you remember what side these are coming off of. Just pay attention to what you're taking off. And I would recommend get yourself a nice bigger impact. Believe it or not, I got this one on sale at Lowe's, I believe it was, for 50 bucks, brand new. Look into it. I also have a smaller version that I use for all the smaller bolts, whatever, just to keep my knuckles and stuff from being, greased up or whatnot. But yeah, man, get yourself some right tools. It's gonna make the job easier. So now that we released that, I think loosen this up some. Let me see here. There it goes. So here's your bearings, but what I'm seeing now, unfortunately, what I don't have, crap, I'm gonna have to see if there's another way to do this. I don't have a C-clamp tool for that. Where's that? For that guy right there. Let me see what I got. All right, guys, so I was able to get to that. I learned that you don't need a special tool. I did get the little clipped out. It's down there at the bottom. You probably see it now. It's all right. Once I get the actual differential out, yoke out, whatever, I'll get that to that. I'm gonna follow the same process. All I did was use a smaller head screwdriver and a bigger head screwdriver. Didn't require no force, no damage. I just basically kind of stuck the screwdriver in the groove right there. I gently pulled it to my left, so I pulled the axle to the right, and it released the actual lock. And with the smaller screwdriver, I just pushed it out. And once it got to a certain spot where it was tight, I just used a bigger screwdriver and I literally popped it out and it fell to the bottom. So that's what I did. I don't have the proper tools. Again, this is my first time. I know there's people at home right now like, oh, freaking idiot, dude, what the freak is he doing? Again, it's my first time, fellas. Give me a break. I'm learning as I'm going. Took the freaking caliper, the brake calipers out already. As you can see, it's already been reinforced and molded. Took this side off already. This axle's getting ready to get pulled out. Let's go. All right, people, so you do want to put your pin back in place, so when you remove the axle, your gears don't fall out, giving you a bigger headache. Shoot, am I creating a headache for myself here? All right, I should have done both at the same time. All right, come back, break. All right, guys, so again, this one, like I said, I use a screwdriver, and what I did is with my hand, I pushed on the axle towards the inside, so it brings it out of the groove hole there. And as you can see, the C-clip here is already exposed. And to be quite honest with you, it's already coming off. Just gotta spin it around. Oops. Try to spin it around to the bottom so it slides out. Just keep spinning it to the bottom. Again, not causing any damage. And look, guys. Look how easy this comes off. There is no special tool needed for this. You don't know how many times I was told, you need a special tool, bro. Bring it to me. I'll take care of you. Ah, nyak. Yeah, man. All right, so now, with that being said, what you want to do is you want to push this axle back out. Pull it from over here. There it goes. See? Pull it out. Gently, with enough space so you can put your pin back in and lock your gears in place, so you don't lose. So you don't lose your gears and everything falls out. Makes it a whole lot harder. So put it back in place here some awesome way. Guys, I'm sorry, I thought I was recording, but there it is. It did work, came out. There's the axle. We're one step closer to chrome. And I think these were the old brake pads for the emergency brake, but as you can see, there's nothing there. So yeah, that is the left of the old emergency brakes that was there. Shit, Now it's time to remove all that. But guys, like I said, those are the steps to get to this. Remove your axles. Once I remove the other axle, the next step was going to be to remove the rear end completely. And that's the purpose of making sure you intact your pin in here again to keep everything in place. All right, let's go over to the other side. Oh, shoot. Clean my hands. Try to keep your tools as clean as possible. My eyes, my mind. Alright. Be real careful. I don't know what's underneath this. Bolts again. This is a number 19. I want to make sure you have a number 19 socket. And this should come right off. And there it is. So I'm going to call this my right side. And the other side, I'm going to call it my left side. All right, guys. Next step is to pull that axle out. Once we get that axle out, we'll pull this out. And boom. See what the next step for chrome, remove the last parts that are on the end for the calipers or whatnot, get the plates off, get all that good stuff off, and just leave the rear end cap or the end. See the bearings, probably remove the bearings as well. But for now, all I'm gonna do is remove all the major components. Again, brakes, calipers, plate all around, the bracket that goes from rear end to the bracket. Removed the pins in here to get the axles out. I'm going to remove the rear end out and follow process on the other side, removing the parts that are left over there. Axle comes out, or that one's already out, but again, do the same thing. So let's get to it. All right, guys, so this time I did remember to press record. So here we go again. If I did this correctly, this axle should come right out. Here we go. Oh, I can't. My left hand, my left arm is messed up. I can't. Here we go, guys. I'm gonna get closer so you see what happens as I pull out. Emergency brakes, and boom, here comes the axle, all in place. And you want to set that carefully and make sure you don't mess up your grooves or gear notches. And there it is, guys. The next step now is removing the emergency brake system off. Get these plates off, like I said, this last bracket for the calipers. Then we get the yoke out, or the rear end, whatever you want to call that. Don't mean to offend any professionals out there. Yeah, man, let's go. All right, guys, so finally I was able to come up with some type of rig here to pull up and crank up to get the rear end out of the groove it's in here. As you can see, this is where the gear sits in there, or not the gear, but this bearing. You'll see in a minute once I get it out. But anyhow, here we go. Let's go. And it's out. Now, I should be able to just pull this out carefully. And that's just the bearings, as I was saying earlier. And it's out. Bearing. Whew. And what did we lose? Well, that's just the housing. The housing for the bearings. Just that bad boy right there. And then this bad boy. get to this one. As you can see, this is actually this piece here, which should also come off. There it is. So that's this to that side. This will be on that side, which is still on here. We can take it off. I'm gonna leave it on to protect it for now. But ladies and gentlemen, that's how you take a rear end apart. As you can see, take everything apart. Now the last step is to take off this system here for the rear brakes. As a matter of fact, let's get to it now. And for this last step, what you're gonna need is a 9/16 socket, preferably, if you have one, impact. And there you have it. Completed some assembled rear end. Brake system's off. As you can see, gutted out. Now it's ready, dipped. Let's go.